if a police officer solicits a trespass from a business, meaning, hey, would you like to trespass that person out in front of your store? Is that a tort? Is that a tort claim, right, against the officer? I think this is coming from a citizen, not a police officer, which is fine. But let me kind of read it to you. It says, the person says, how is an officer's solicitation of a business to trespass a person from their property not a violation of the tort of interference with business relationship, right? This is particularly where the officer approaches the business in uniform with badge prominently displayed, thus bringing the implied weight of their authority and position to bear, and to induce the business's acceptance of their request. I know my dog is barking in the background if you can hear it, but a lot of YouTube videos show this and so forth. And the person goes on to explain why they think this is unfair and so forth. But look, that is not a tort, okay? So if a cop goes up to the business and says, hey, I see this guy just like hanging out in front of your store, maybe the person appears, unhoused, or maybe he's aggressively panhandling. And the cop just like, hey, I don't, if this is my business, I probably wouldn't want this guy, hanging out in front of my business. So they go up there and they're like, friendly cop, and said, hey, this guy's out in front, he's kind of aggressively panhandling and so forth. Do you want him moved on and so forth? And like, yeah, we really would like him moved on. That is not, number one, that's not a Fourth Amendment issue, because the cop in that case is not turning that manager, cashier, whoever into an agent of law enforcement. They're simply providing information and allowing that person to make a choice, right? And if the person is then saying, yeah, we want that person kind of trespassed, well, then we go up there and we're actually kind of like the agent of the business now. Hey, I spoke to the manager there. They want you to move on, right? I'm not saying you can detain that person now, because they have to, in most states, they have to be given an opportunity to leave first. And if they do not leave, then the crime of trespass has occurred, right? But also the tort of interference, right? We don't really do a lot of business law in this podcast, but as a lawyer, it's unlawful interference, right? There's nothing unlawful about going to a business as a police officer and sharing with them their legal options to move people along. That's just information, and a business then has the right to trespass people for practically anything, okay? Practically anything, right? And so that is what's going on there legally. This is not a tort, okay? This is not a constitutional issue. I've heard this several times that it's illegal to solicit a trespass. No, it's a problem if you try to convert them into your agent and like, hey, I really want to move that person along, and I want you to say yes. Can you say yes, please? You can't do that, but we can simply look for their cooperation. All right? All right. I hope this question has helped you get it right every time. If you have anything more about this or any more context and so forth, please let me know. And if you like what I'm doing here, like, subscribe, share it with friends. Stay safe.